Change. To make or become different. To alter in terms of. To become altered or modified. It's the act of giving up or getting rid of something. Change is something that we've been introduced to since the time of our conception. In the fetus, the embryo is in a form of constant metamorphic transformation. Just mentioning change can be cringeworthy for some people. It seems to be that when we think of change, we think of all the bad things that can happen instead of the good things. But why is this? People often find themselves being hesitant to change because of the fear or risk that's associated with it. The hesitation or reluctance towards change can be seen in virtually everything. The early years of one's teenage life when they're going through puberty, or in the overly stressed boss who continues to add things to his plate, or even in something as simple as a leaf changing color. So here's what I have to say about change. It's essential for growth and development. Your ability to improve your performance and productivity depends on your ability to change in many different ways. Yes, it can be frustrating, confusing, painful. Change is hard. But as well as it is hard, it's one of the most rewarding things ever. There are things and ways to help a person embrace and accept change. To every obstacle is a way to overcome it. A good metaphor to compare change with would be change is like jumping off a cliff. The Why use this metaphor for change? Well, let me explain. When a person goes to jump off a cliff, think about all the things that they think about all the things that could be at the bottom. The mind strays to all of the negative possibilities first, such as there could be a bunch of rocks or sharks waiting for you at the bottom. And when your mind goes to stray to the positive possibilities of what could be at the bottom, it immediately dismisses them because you're not entirely sure. You also think about how things are supposed to be and feel as you're falling. So once you hit the cold water, it's a shock to the nerves. You think about how much you regret taking the jump in that moment. But the longer you're in the water, you realize it's not as cold as it was a few moments ago and that you're adjusting. You grasp that the jump and plunge into the water wasn't as bad as you made yourself believe it would be. The idea that Dr. Taylor from Psychology Today had is that the whole experience becomes an eye-opener. The things that you perceive to be terrifying are now things that you can face. Everything that you didn't know can become something familiar. In that pain that you might have had, it turns into motivation to continue down the path of the unknown or the path of change. Some obstacles that prevent people from change, also mentioned by Dr. Taylor and Dr. Fishbane, a psychologist as well, are baggage and old habits. It could be from your childhood. Baggage is the stuff that is from the past. It could be from your childhood or early adult years. Most common types of baggage that people carry are low self-esteem, fear of failure, perfectionism, need for control, anger, and the need to please. Taylor says that the baggage you carry causes you to hold on to these things and to form a preconceived notion on things in your present life. And your old habits cause you to react and behave to these things as you did when you first encountered these problems. Other obstacles that were mentioned are emotions and certain environments. Emotions can create a barrier for change because depending on the situation, a person would make no effort because of how down and depressed they're feeling. Where and who you surround yourself with can definitely become an obstacle preventing you from change as well. The reason I say this is because honestly, we as people can control and create the type of reality we want just by where we place ourselves and who we place around ourselves. I'm sure you've all heard the saying by Rachel Wolchin, surround yourself with people that reflect who you want to be and how you want to feel. So usually people surround themselves with others that they think would support them and environments that they think would support their desire for change, when in actuality, the people they surround themselves with and the environments they put themselves in go against change entirely. So, in order to successfully create a change in your life, you have to continuously face your demons, or baggage as we called it. You have to be able to also face your emotions, your old habits, your environments, and the people you chose to surround yourself with. Once you get a handle on controlling and even overcoming these things, only then will you be able to lead your life in a different direction. As I said before, it won't be easy. But once you get through it and you're able to look back at how far you've come, you'll be proud of the accomplishments that you've made in your own life. So, be positive and be the change that you want to be. I'm done.